Okay, welcome to Murica strategy video. Now this is going to go a lot smoother because I figured out to play all teams on my own, or whatever, play all teams on my own side. Now, something I probably should have figured out, the Soviets want to reinforce King. Why? So you can build a factory and have no harm from the Japanese. Now, let's see, what do we need over here? Well, I would build two more transports so we can start doing that, but see if the Germans are in range at all. They probably shouldn't be, but you never know. So yeah, buy two transports and I'd buy four infantry. We're good. Um, Now depending on how well Pearl Harbor went, you might want to counterattack. However, they have a decent force left, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. The next best thing is to move your fleet over to the Atlantic. Again, they can counterattack here, but if I leave that cruiser, whatever there, there's no way they're going to win that fight. What to do with this plane? I would try to get it over to the Soviets somehow, but I would probably land it in Alaska first. And by the Soviets, I mean really you want it over here in China, whatever. Move these two infantry up, just turtle there. Okay, now for the Atlantic. I would put this and send everything you have. Now where do we land these? Well, I mean, technically the British have a chance of holding it on their own, but I would just go ahead and realize these two transports might be lost, but there's no way the Germans will keep Africa. You know, because the Brits have their standing forces and you already have this. Send the cruiser there to defend it. Can the bomber reach? Why is it going to Canada first? One, two, three, four. I'd have to land in Gibraltar. I wouldn't do that. I would start moving your air force over to Britain, though. Just as much of it as you can, primarily because you really don't have much use for it back in the mainland. Americans really don't start off with much, so that appears to be it. End phase, just invading Algeria. Let's see. Okay, we win this fight. Yeah, I was gonna say one problem with 1942 as opposed to Classic is that it's rather easy to evict the Germans from Africa. Um, Especially since the Brits can just build up decent sized fleet as subs only cost six and just go rape the Navy. It's kind of a flaw, whatever. So I'd end phase, not really anything you need to move. Two transports, place them in the Atlantic. Place the four infantry in the Atlantic. And then the industrial complex will go in King as it is the most defensible position you own. Okay, I'll be back with turn two. Okay, America turn two. Two tanks, obviously, to for your factory in King. Um, Again, in theory, against a good Japanese player, you're gonna lose it, but delay them as long as possible while you put the nail in the coffin in Germany. Okay, I would say we can beat Africa with the force we have now. So, what we're gonna want to start doing is moving infantry up to Canada and moving our transports to C Zone 9 whenever we build them. Okay. Now let's see, what are we going to ship over? The best thing to ship over with this combination of stuff, I would pick two infantry, two tanks. Now, the Japanese still have a sizable fleet out here, and we don't want that. So, start building up a fleet of subs. Okay, let's see. So, essentially what I'm saying is move these four up here, move the transports here, and they'll be offloading in this C zone here. Okay. But for now, let's just keep it back here to be safe. Actually, this might be put better there. Fly the planes over. Now the Brits took Norway. That's pretty good. Um, one, two, three. I would IPC bomb. Yep. And then just fly your more planes over. This plane. It's gonna say make sure you fly it behind. I can't really say behind lines, but at least where it's safe because there's gonna be two Soviet infantry there, so you've cannon fodder. Um, Feasibly, yes, you could take Manchuria here, but then they could reattack in Kwangtong. Uh, Actually, by that logic, why not just take Kwangtong if you can? Or actually, never mind, because I forgot planes only hit at 3, not 4 when they're on offense. So I would just leave that alone. Now the next thing we're going to do, doesn't matter if we win this fight, it's just if we strafe them to the point, oh, they have one infantry left, the Brits are just going to storm in there, kick them out, and then we win. Um, okay, let's start moving our fleet up here. Again, now we're getting a pretty sizable fleet. And the goal is eventually just be shoveling as many infantry over into Western Europe as you can to take the pressure off the Soviets, while the Brits devote most of their resources to India about, and then a lot to Norway, the remaining. Okay, and phase, we're not making too much combat here. Oh, sorry, getting a little bit of cold. AEA guns miss, we IPC bomb them, and they take 4. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, let's see. That was the only combat, I believe. Oh no, the Libya. Only one hit, whatever. And again, we don't need to win this fight, we just need to severely cripple the Germans so that the Brits can storm in there with, or what? Or I can't really say storm, but 2 infantry, a tank, and a plane could easily take out 1 German tank if I were to lose here. And at that point, it's kind of ignoring Africa for the rest of the game, unless the Japanese get in there, which they will, and your average game, if it goes on too long. Yeah, see, I lost my American tank, whatever. Uh, Potentially they could take Algeria back, whatever, but either way, they're doomed. I mean, they're not going to do anything down there. They can get 1 temporary IPC, whatever. Okay, 2 tanks here, because we're going to start just sending them at the Japanese front. 2 tanks there, 2 infantry here, and then 3 subs in the Pacific to begin combating the Japanese Navy. Okay, see, turn 3. Alright, well, on this German turn, 2 tanks as usual, and we can start funneling our stuff, but the last German battleship started up, so, might want to destroy that. Okay, let's see, we're gonna need 2 infantry, or 3 infantry, 3 tanks, and, transport, that, whatever, that's good. Okay, um, let's see, now, how do I put this? 2 ways to go about this. You could just keep going on suicide missions, or you could plop off your troops in Britain and then amass your transports later. I'd prefer to amass them later because that gives them more chances to get hits, which means each individual guy does more stuff. Whatever. Uh, I don't know, I messed up on some math there. Obviously, you attack the Japanese fleet there. If I moved it the previous turn, they could have easily destroyed it. Let's see, can't really attack Manchuria, but we can invade here. And with great ease, too, and that'll be quite a force to dislodge. Let's see, any other stuff? I was gonna say we could move our planes over here, but we'd rather have them for the invasion of France later. IPC bomb, yes. Actually, the planes, what would that be? Send your planes in the naval battle too, that sounds good. Okay, and face, yes, IPC bomb. Oh, bomber shot down, oh well. Not like we needed it too much. Ah, come on, load. Let's see. I might just tell you how the things go in the next episode. Well, see ya. Hope you like this. Again, as general in America, you just want to take the pressure off the Soviets pretty much. and cause slight damage to the Japanese in the meantime.